as we had been successful looking at regulations for hazardous waste and creating a line of products that people were actually willing to buy and distributors were willing to distribute, then that just led naturally to, well, what else is out there? What's some new regulations that we could take advantage of and use this compliance strategy to bring out a whole nother line so that we're not just tied to one industry. But I started reading more and more about stormwater. Now, there had been an erosion control market, which was more for dirt, sediment, that had been out there longer, but it didn't hit me. But the stormwater did. And that was how to keep oil and garbage and litter and sediment, debris from going down the gutters and into the drains in the cities and towns and factories and wherever. Because when it rains, it's like flushing a toilet, and all your stuff goes in the first 10 minutes goes right down the drains. And what the world didn't know at that point was that like 90% of those drains led right to a river, a lake, or a stream, and then eventually the ocean.
Right.
Everyone thought, oh, well, it just went wherever your toilet went and got taken care of magically.
Yeah.
So big issue. At the time, I think when 40% of the rivers, lakes, and streams in the country weren't safe for swimming because of stormwater pollution. One of our bigger distributors was our biggest at the time, Lab Safety Supply, who was bought by Grainger. They contacted us and said, hey, we've seen this product, and it was what's people in the industry refer to it as a upside down witch's hat. And it was a filter that if you use it upside down witch's hat, it would, the grate would hold the product in place, and all of the sediment, debris, oil, trash and all that would get captured by it. And then when it filled up, you would remove it and put a new one in and dispose of it in a landfill. And I said, yeah, no, it's a great product. We'd be happy to make that for you, because we were a preferred supplier compared to somebody that had it, whoever they were.
Right.
I contacted the inventor. I went online to find out, not online at that time, I don't think, but I found out who the inventor was. He was happy to talk to me, pleased that I didn't want to infringe on his patent. Gave me the name of a company that became a supplier and a distributor for us over the years, and said, I'd like to get a hold of this product to take to market. They were mostly focused on dirt and sediment, and what I wanted to do was present something that would take out oil and use a different material. Theirs was a non-oil absorbing material, and I wanted to make it an oil absorbing material. So we worked out a deal. So we had exclusive for that, which they rued later, and they were upset that they had given that away when they had to buy that from us to resell it.
Right.
But in any event, at the time, it wasn't important to them, but it allowed us to get into that market. And now we had what became the flagship product for stormwater everywhere.
The Drain Guard.
And we called it the Drain Guard.